Hello everyone, it's Russ here from Xbox Gamer Reviews. Today we're looking at G Prime, developed by Soma Games, and we'll start by just watching the intro video.
The rain. For over 30 years we watched it approach. At first we saw an emptiness in the sky as it obscured parts of the heavens. For a generation we pondered. Sayers and prophets, kings and men cast their thought. As it drew near, we began to discern more of its nature. Science turned fear to hunger, and the kingdoms schemed and plotted for their gain. We saw the rain as a blessing. Corporations saw wealth. Nations saw power. Humanity pined for the rain. An old dream stirred and our waking thoughts were transfixed. The colonization of Bast, our companion in the night sky. The rain has now drawn close, and you are among the explorers who will chart its riches. Your training is complete. Your day has arrived.
Upon starting the game, you'll find yourself in the crow's nest of the ship that we were part of. You can see here there's a few screens, and it's a bit confusing to start with to get the hang of what these are all about, but in essence this is the hub of the game. So this top middle one is where you will do your level select. I'm on the 5th sector so far myself. I think there's 8 in total, each having around 7 levels each. This screen on the right is your actual playing screen, so once you've selected your level up, the top screen will then come down to this screen on the right to play a level. We'll look at those in a minute. I would suggest getting used to the game by looking at this very top right hand side. Here you've got all of your background to the game. You've also got the operation guides for firing the rockets, which is essentially the gameplay of the game when we get into it. Take a look at all this when you start playing. Get used to what you've got to do. So again, read through this before you start playing. Get used to it all. And this screen on the left here is the SWIG, which acts as like a progression screen. You can see what ribbons you've earned, etc. It also contains the leaderboards down here. Check them out there, look. And I do believe that it's also planned to be used in the future, this SWIG console. I do know that G Prime is the first of a saga of games from Soma, and it's like a save system as well that will enable the games to talk to each other in a sense. You know, the next game will know you played this one, etc. Which is a cool feature, and look forward to seeing what those games are about. You can also press the start button as well. It gives you a quick overview of the control pad as well. Again, something to do when you start playing before you actually get into the game. Just get used to it all. Press the X button. Here opens the settings panel. You can change the music, sound effects, soundtrack on or off, difficulty level, etc. That's all there. Didn't want to go in there. Let's back out of that. Very first level, we'll start with that. You'll get introduced to Barker, so I'll start this and I'll let you hear from him what he got to say about the game to start with.
Welcome to Ptolemy Station. Name's Barker. I'll be your chief for this run. Ptolemy's a good ship, but she's new. So before we leave orbit, we're going to put her and you through some drills. We survive because we trained. Every mission, including drills, is available at any time from the NavCom, so don't forget to practice between missions. Our primary mission is resource reconnaissance. Our client provides a set of targets to image on Seven. Your job is to use your sounding rockets to ping each target. Whenever we arrive on station, take a good look at the local space. Get a sense of where you are. Look for targets, obstacles, or anything that might affect your mission. Time doesn't matter, but supplies do. Each rocket you use comes out of our pay, so study your field and be as efficient as possible. Set your launch angle, the rocket's total impulse, and the duration of the burn. Go ahead and get a feel for the controls. Fire when ready.
So you give us a quick overview of what the missions are about, etc. We'll start that in a second. On this right hand side screen, I did forget to mention that at the very start you get to choose to represent one of 10 different companies. I'm not sure if they have any effect of your gameplay over the duration of the saga of games, but yeah, you can choose a corporation to represent. You can see those in the background section of the e-manual. Corporations, there's all 10. You can go and have a look at what each one's about. You get loads of stuff there to read. There's so much stuff, background information wise, to this game. It's, for it being just a basic puzzle game at its heart, there's so much to the backstory. It's really, really good. If you're into reading those sorts of things, it's really interesting read as well. So without further ado, let's crack on with the very first mission. Very simple, this one. Just basically get the hang of the ship. So you use the left stick to give you the direction of your rocket. You see there the yellow pings coming off, give you a sense of where the rocket's going to go. That on the right hand side there is the actual rocket itself. You can see there, as I'm moving the pointer on the main screen, the pointer on the right side is moving as well. You can press the left bumper. Here's where you can set the duration of the thrust, and press left bumper again, sorry, and that is the amount of power in the thrust. And once you're happy with your settings, let's just try and get this lined up a bit better. You launch the rocket, and as it passes through the targets there, those red blobs on the screen, you tap the A button as it passes through to scan them. And that's about it. The closer you are to the centre, the more payout you get. Well, we'll do this one anyway, and you'll see what I mean at the end. Fire the rocket, ping each target.
Nice work, Sailor. You've gotten the hang of the setter system. Carry on and wrap up this evolution. Excellent. Rocket
That's the first level done.
Next trial.
Let's get a little printout at the end of each mission. Up, tells you what you've earned. Your score. I've earned a silver star there for perfect path as well. I think to have got the gold, I would have had to have pinged each of those targets directly in the centre. And we'll just move on to the next mission.
Welcome to Ptolemy Station. Name's Barker.
Press the wrong
I'll
button.
be your chief for this run.
Again.
Ptolemy's a good ship, but she's new. So before we leave orbit, we're going to put her.
Here we go.
I've placed a grav buoy off our bow to test inertial navigation systems. Stand by, launch tube Bravo. Fire.
Oh.
Objects in the rain, just like our buoy here, will exert a gravitational pull on the sounding rocket and alter its path as it flies through space. Your sublime pleasure is to figure out how to use the thrusters in conjunction with gravity to sling your rocket around any obstacles and still ping the targets. If you haven't noticed, the FC keeps track of the previous settings on each control. Similarly, your HUD shows the last flight path as a highlighted track in field view. This is critical information when a line brings your rocket close, but not close enough, so keep those markers in mind. Understanding the relationship between impulse and duration is critical. You're setting the total impulse to be spent over a certain time.
That would have given us achievement there as well.
Not addition. Sometimes a short, powerful burst is what you need. Other times, a long, gentle burn is the key. Take some time to play around with those controls until you're comfortable. You can also engage trim thrusters as you see fit, but they're weak and fuel is limited, so only use them for mid-course correction.
There you go, Barker telling us a little bit more about, controlling the rocket as we're flying it about. The introduction of a gravity buoy there to show us a bit more of the gravity side of the game. We'll fire this rocket off. It's already lined up. Again, this is the first sector is all about tutorials, and we'll move on to another sector in a second. Just ping these quick. go. Again, a silver star, perfect path. Would have got a gold if we'd have got it bang on in the centre. And what I will do now is we'll back out of that one because that's just tutorials. We'll move on to a little bit more of a difficult one where you get a bit more of an idea of adding secondary fire to the rockets and stuff. Let's have a look. Which one? Randomly pick one. That one.
Some of the readings from that last mission are looking odd. Noise of some sort is getting into the signal. I'll work on that, but keep a weather eye out.
As you can see, this is a fair few levels later on, and it is a lot trickier. You have to think a lot more about your angle, your thrusters, adding secondary fire. We might actually add one this time, so if we press the Y button, there we go, we've added a secondary fire module, and again we can control that from here, and I might just leave that as is. That first path seems pretty safe so far, so we'll fire off, see how we get on. You can angle the rocket as well. Oh, did it in one. Yeah, you can use the left trigger if you're slightly off course. Left trigger does a small thrust from the rocket to correct the trajectory. Oh, we got a gold star that time, so that's not bad at all. Very good. What else can we have a look at? This is a place. The spot where I'm stuck at in the game is this one. We've had the little yellow dot that shows you the path that the rocket's following. That gets taken away from you at this point.
Sorry, sailor, but while E is running diagnostics, you'll need to eyeball this field. Don't worry, that's not as hard as it sounds. Just feel it. Those fancy ballistic rigs are just crutches anyway. With this many payloads under your belt, you can count on your instincts.
So there is telling us to use our instincts to find the correct path. This is where it gets a lot more about trial and error, fiddling around with all the settings on the rockets to find it, and I've really struggled with this bit, so the game does ramp up in difficulty. I mean, this is Sector 5, towards the end of Sector 5, so it's, I'm in the last third of the game so far. I'll give it a go anyway. So you've got to try and guess where the rocket's going to go. As you can see, there's a couple of ice crystals there that will have a gravitational pull. So we'll just fire one off to start with and see what happens. We can ping that one absolutely miles away. You can move the camera around as well, see, and it can be a bit awkward at times. But you do have, if you look around the rocket there's like a compass that shows you where the nearest things are, and it will crash into the thing. So we'll try and adjust that by going a bit higher. See if I can get that one right in the middle and fire off up to the top right and grab that one up there. Let's have a go. You can ping targets again as well. You get a better payout for pinging targets till they're fully green. But once you've pinged the final target, that's it. That's mission over. And there we go. I've done it, but you've got to try and get the payout from the mission to achieve success. And let's see if I did finally do it. Just so there, on camera. I've struggled with that level for a few days now. So here you go. There's one that I've not even seen before.
I've got good news and bad news. E double-checked the setter system and all of its supporting systems. Nothing. As far as I can tell, everything is functioning properly. That's the good news. The bad news is we're no closer to understanding what we're looking at. It's like there's a hum in the sensors, a vibration of some kind. I'm worried that the client will dock our pay for noisy data, so I need to get this isolated. It's either in the ship's system somewhere, which means we can fix it and probably scrub it from the data, or it's not, and I'm not ready to think about that.
Well, at least we get our trajectory path back. Boost there. Let's try and find a way to the other ones.
I've diverted some of the Central Core's computer to analyze the data. Somehow the noise looks structured. Who am I kidding? I'm no analyst. I fly heavy metal things in dark places. We'll just see what she finds.
No, I think we'll leave that there for today. As you can see, G Prime is a nice solid puzzler at heart. Requiring a little bit more thought than just your usual point and shoot puzzlers. Nice solid performance and well put together game by Soma Games. Nice background story to it all. Be nice to see where the saga goes. It's currently only available in the US, priced at around $9.99. Be nice to see it come to Europe in the future. We scored it 7.6 out of 10. If you'd like to see the full breakdown of that score and the full review, please check out the link in the description below. Please stick a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, it does mean a lot to us. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.